Want to get to know your fellow VeeFriend holders before VCon? Well, through the VeeFriends family, you'll meet other VeeFriends holders, learn why they bought into the project, and their hopes for the future of this community. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube and follow VeeFriends Fam on Twitter to get notified when new episodes air. I'm your host, William Glass, holder of an organized ostrich core. And without further ado, on to the show. Ian, welcome to the VeeFriends family, man. How are you doing?
What's going on, brother? I'm doing well. Doing well. How are you?
Great, great. Yeah, I'm excited to sit down and talk to you, right? You got a Conviction Cockroach, is that right?
Oh yeah. That was and you mind if I tell you the story behind that one?
Yeah, no, tell me the story. Tell me the story.
All right, so obviously there was a lot of hype going on when, VeeFriends was first coming out. And my mind was just really set on the diamond hands hen,
Okay.
and it's like, Gary had put out the message saying, oh, don't be cute. Don't wait until it goes down, and that's exactly what I did, right? So I missed out on the diamond hands hen, and then I listened for I guess the hints about the characters and stuff. And Conviction Cockroach was on the list, shout out post, because he was like, he listed all of them, and he was like Conviction Cockroach. So I was like, okay, I'll get that one, because that one actually speaks to me. Like I'm an artist, and I feel like as an artist, you have to have conviction with what you say and so on and so forth, right? So, I managed to flip my way up to the epic Conviction Cockroach. And since then, I've just been holding on, holding strong. You know?
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. So did you mint a VeeFriends then to start with and then you flipped up to it, or how did that work?
Yeah, I started off with the Calm Clam, I believe.
Okay.
I bought a core clam, and then I got the rare clam also. Sold those two. Then I got the steadfast snake. And then from there is when I think I also got enough ETH to pick up the Conviction Cockroach. And then I sold off the steadfast, and I had the Conviction Cockroach on.
That's awesome.
It
I
was
love that.
yeah,
Was
it was a
VeeFriends your
journey.
f-
It
Yeah,
was a
was
journey.
VeeFriends your first NFT, or have you
Yep.
have you been in the NFT space?
No, you know what it was? During COVID, while everything was going on, I saw a thumbnail on YouTube, right? And it mentioned something about music and NFTs and blockchain tech. And I was like, okay, I have to start learning about this now, because I already knew blockchain tech is the future, and future's now. So I'm watching the thumbnails and I see CryptoPunks. I'm like, what the hell are these little pixel pieces of art? I mean, eventually it clicked to me, like, all right, these are selling for however much money, and they were free at one point. But then it started to occur to me, like, okay, this is like a digital art landscape. Like, this is more than just people throwing money at something that doesn't have value. So I think I learned in December, and then from there, I kind of put it to the back burner, started focusing on music again, and making beats here and there. And then lo and behold, Gary, came through. I don't even remember what month, but it's like he just dropped the bomb, and then I was like, yeah, I gotta tune in, I gotta tap in.
I love
But
that.
yeah,
Have you
yeah, that,
been So I definitely want to get into the music, and so maybe we'll pause because I want to get into like what led you to buy into the project and all that stuff.
oh
But
yeah,
first, we kind of skipped like who you are. So talk to me, Dean.
oh
You're
yeah,
you're you're an artist. Like introduce yourself to the rest of the VeeFriends fam.
yeah. So what's up, VeeFriends family? I've been here day one, OG. Shout out VeeFriends Lounge One. You know, um, you know, born and raised in New York. Um, I'm 22 right now. Still building the foundation of what I what I aspire to do, which, like I mentioned, is music. It's like I caught the music bug when I was in high school. my friends would be making beats on the table, and I would come through and like say some random nonsense. I never took it serious, and it wasn't until we had moments like in the cafeteria where we show off our skills and stuff. I noticed my friends, they were like actually like trying to write and rap and stuff. So I took it upon myself to go and start writing and start working on the craft, and from then it's just been history. I've been like learning, and it wasn't up until recently I started learning the piano. So now I'm like crafting more songs. I want to be able to share that with the V fam, and also provide like beats. Like I know people are cultivating projects, and that's one of the things I set out to do. It's like, okay, how can I provide value over time? I'm getting better with the craft. I want to be able to do something as simple as making a song. I linked up with rock I think pronounced Roxinate.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent him a couple of beats, and I think he used all of them for one of his projects. And you know along with him there was her name is escaping me right now, but she's awesome. She's I think a violinist, and we sent her some music too, and she played the violin over it, and is can't wait to like make more,
That's
and
awesome.
yeah.
And you met those people through VeeFriends?
Yeah, through the Discord, man. Like I feel like Discord is like a great place. The VeeFriends Discord is a really, really great place. I'm telling all my friends, be like, send them the link, join now.
I love that. I love that. So, like, so your beats, it sounds like you're rapping, you're also producing, creating beats. Like, talk to me about about that and your process, and what do you hope? I mean, obviously sounds like you're collaborating with people within the community, outside of the community. Talk to me a little bit about like what's your vision for the future?
Yeah, so I mean, even right now, there's times where I don't fully know, and
Sure.
there's a sense of excitement with that also, because it allows me to look forward to, connecting with people like we are right now. Like I love this. I love doing this, So as far as like collaboration and my process, it's just, you know, making music on my downtime, and, having like drafts or like full songs, and just letting people hear it and then see where it goes from there, you know? And I think that's what I want to continue doing as well. So when I'm in a space with another artist, we can just go with the flow and like make something like concrete, or just vibe as you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like there's got to be a lot of other artists, musicians that are in the VeeFriends community, and like that would be
Oh
really cool to see like some
yeah,
collaboration project come out with like everyone, you know, using putting everything together and using their skill sets to like create something really cool.
yeah. Shout out on Kali Buds, man. He's in the community, he's doing his thing. Like I said, and I'm gonna remember her name, but she's a great violinist, man. Like I just can't wait. It's like you said, as time goes on, there's gonna be more of us tapping in, and might even make a VeeFriends mixtape or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. I think Gary would love that too, man. I could see
Right?
him, yeah, getting excited about that and discovering new artists from the community like that.
Oh
That
yeah.
would be really cool.
Hey, locking that down. I remember that. We're gonna make a VeeFriends mixtape for real.
There we go. Yeah, yeah. Have definitely like put it on yeah, get it together before VCon, do a live performance or something. Like
Mhm.
that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that
So,
would be great.
but so you were talking about like when you saw Gary's stuff come out, like have you been following Gary for a while? Like why was it like you saw what he was dropping and you're like, all right, this is going to be my first NFT? Like I'm curious what your thought process was around that.
It was really like from my observations. Like I've been listening to Gary since I was in high school. I wouldn't say I was the like listening to everything that he's been doing, but I was, tapped in with a lot of his talks resonated with me, about college and school and, defining your passion and your path. And, I was in school for like 2 years. And ever since, well, I was in college for 2 years. And, I was doing well. But, you know, the path that I was taking there wasn't lining up with, my passion for music. And I knew that I had something that I could not only just show to the world, but just like take more serious, because like I said, I've been doing this since high school. I'm 22 now. That's like a couple years well, and all of that time I just been learning. Like I never stopped making music while I was in school. It was only like pauses maybe, but my friends, they want to go out to parties and stuff, and I'll just be there making beats nonstop, writing, and then they would come in too, like come back from the party and make music with me. So, it was like I knew it was something that I had to continue. So while I was in school, I was actually pursuing cybersecurity, and I'm still very interested in it, but I knew that I didn't want to continue the way I was.
Sure.
So, I left in 2019, I believe, and this is right before anything was going on with COVID. So I'm fresh into the working environments and stuff. Learning, reconnecting with my pops, because I'm here living with him right now, and it's just been a wild journey. I mean, from the time I left, to now is like the progress that I made, which was like more fulfilling to me than going into college the way I was. Like nothing against schooling and none of that. It's just the way like certain approaches. Like there's different approaches, and I just knew leaving to recalibrate, I guess, was like the best thing for me. And I'm really glad I did it, because look, I was able to invest in VeeFriends and, continue this path of like connecting with others, and just the journey, like enjoying the journey. And when I got into VeeFriends, right, I let's see, I said this on Twitter too, and I don't know if Gary saw it, but I was like, my grandparents, they were able to give me the money that I needed for school to pay off a bill, which I still don't think I have to pay it because of like some intricacies going on there. We're figuring that out. But yeah, they gave me some money to take care of it, and I was sitting on it for a while, and I knew that I didn't have to pay that right away, so I took that risk, and I went into VeeFriends. It's just something about it. The way he was like conviction, he had that conviction about it, but he didn't, and he mentioned this too. He was like, he didn't like say too much, like, but to me, he said enough for me to be like, okay, I want to put this 10K into VeeFriends, I want to put this amount, and I want to be realistic. I want to double my money by the end of the year, probably. And like he says, he is able to over deliver in just like a crazy way. I know a lot of people have had their success stories. I mainly just flipped into other projects. I didn't take out gains to like use everywhere else. It's just timing, and the patience has really been helping, like
That's
a lot.
awesome. No, I love that. Yeah. And I, yeah, that's cool that you've been able to, like I said, flip in, and you've been in a number of different characters, and sounds like you've gone from a core and moved your way up the
Yeah.
scale, which is awesome. Like for me, I've got an organized ostrich, and I started a tech company that's called Ostrich. So I just had to get that one.
Oh, that's
Um,
fire.
right. So, but, like, I almost thought of it just from like the conference perspective, and like put it on the back burner, and then looked at it about like, I don't know, 3 months after, right? What the Met was in May, and then maybe towards the end
Mhm.
of the summer, like August, I like looked at it and I was like, holy crap, this thing's like I've got offers
Right.
for like 30 grand or 40 grand on this thing that it was like, I
Insane.
spent like maybe two on. And I was like, maybe I should start paying more attention because, I kind of like hedged it of like, same thing. I felt like there was something long term about the project, but there's also tangible
Yeah.
stuff that I could value in the short term. Um,
And
but
then
you're
there's the
right.
POP, the POP projects. Have you
Yeah.
gotten in any airdrops from one of them yet?
I got the drops and Grills Gang, and then the Avistar one that you had to like register for. So I've got those three. What about you?
Awesome. I didn't get any. I didn't get any of
Okay.
them, but it's okay. I still took it upon myself to mint the Blue Studios one.
Yeah.
That one really caught my attention because play to earn. I really like that concept, and I always think about my siblings because they're coming up now, and all this technology is going on. So a project like that is like geared towards them. So I really appreciate what they're doing right now, and what Gary's doing. Like I know these are not the only POPs coming out, so just looking forward for real. But
Exactly.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Ostrich. The Ostrich tech company, and then and do you feel like like everything aligned, like not perfectly, but the timing and everything, like how do you feel about like your journey like so far?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've been working in tech since like 2016, and I've been aware of like everything going on in the crypto space. Like my whole office got super into like all the different, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the different cryptos in 2017. But it was
Mm,
like the only reason people were buying it is because they were going up in value. And I had been like big
mm,
studying like Warren Buffett and like that kind of philosophy of like value investing. And I was like, there's a bubble here. Like I went to like a meetup and I was living in Florida at the time, Fort Myers, Florida, and the room was packed with people trying to understand like Bitcoin. And I was, sitting next to like an old grandma, and I was like, if she's already getting into Bitcoin, then like, this is definitely a bubble because she's got no idea what this stuff is, and
yeah.
that was a miscalculation. In the short term, like 2017, there was that little bubble, and like I understood blockchain technology and the future of it, but I didn't act. And then like bubble crash. And I was like, I was right, in my own head, but I
Mhm.
didn't do anything. And then again, didn't do anything. Pandemic hits, everything takes off again. I'm like, well, this is on me. I should have done my research. Like I knew it was good technology, but I haven't been paying attention. And so when Gary started coming out and started talking about like the NFT project and everything else that he's doing with VeeFriends, at that point, like NFTs made more sense to me than just a cryptocurrency. And I don't know who's gonna be able to deliver and the value, but like an
Yeah.
NFT project made sense. Plus, I've been kind of like you, like not like following him, but like I've seen all of his content for the last 5 or 6 years, and was like he's been able to deliver pretty consistently for the better part of 15 plus years. So like if he's going to put out a project and I can hedge it against a conference ticket, like I'm going to get in. And so that's what led me into VeeFriends. And then I didn't pay any attention to the characters except for like, well, let me see if there's one that's an ostrich, which just happened to line up. But I wish I would have done a little bit more research actually. And some people got multiple, thought about getting multiple during the
Yeah.
mint, and I was like, nah, like I put aside an ETH and I waited till things hit the floor to get a core. So like could have gotten, a couple cores at least, or gotten a rare, and I chose not to. But yeah, that's kind of my story and journey of like how I got into VeeFriends.
Yeah, man. It's like I think it's a timing thing too because like just like what a month ago the floor was at like 30, which is insane. And I still didn't take it upon myself to sell what I have because like what are they like I think it's too risky to give up the epic that I have just to get into like the ones that are like now at 8. I don't know. I was just like, I'm just gonna hold on to it because I do really want to get to VCon.
Yeah.
Ever since Gary said, hey, just get to the conference. You know, we're all gonna link up. We're all gonna have a good time. So, you know, I'm like stoked for the book NFTs too.
Yeah.
Did
Did
you
you get some?
manage to scoop? How many did you scoop?
I think I got 24 books. So I got 2 book NFTs coming. What
Mm.
about you?
I went for the juggler. I got like 180 books coming. I'm about to
Nice.
have I'm about to have like box of books coming. My dad's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, you know, but I do intend to do like giveaways also. I know
Nice.
there's like a contest going on. Like, interested to see what's going on there.
Yeah, I talked to someone, Brent. He ordered like 480 books, and he's
Mm.
starting a podcast or like a live show because he's got a marketing agency where he talks about marketing, and anyone that shows up on the show as a guest, he's going to gift them a book. So
That's amazing.
yeah, I know. Got to figure out creative ways to unload these
Yeah, me
books.
too. Me too. I mean, my first thought, right? Like, I mean, like the first time I bought them, I'm like, I'll just probably go to the library, like post up somewhere, probably be like, hey, take a picture, tag Gary, and then you get your free book. So, something like that. I was like, okay, I can manage that.
Yeah,
And then
you should tie it to the music, man.
that
Tie it to what
too,
you're doing.
that too, I like that. Okay, okay. Because, like as of right now, like I said, I've just been making drafts. Like my ultimate goal, like I have a folder, right? And it's a hundred beats. It's like a mixture of samples and drafts and stuff. But that folder's going to my team. They're gonna choose what they like out of it, and then we work on something, you know, whatever they like or gravitate towards. And then after that, you know, I'm gonna take that offer. I'm definitely gonna consider like, tying in, like giving a book and, having like maybe a QR code or something that links to a site for our music, so something like that.
Yeah, get creative with it. I like that. I mean, also, being in New York, I'm sure you go post up somewhere in, high
Mm-hmm.
traffic tourist area and do some, hit
Facts.
do something like that. Central Park, Times Square, do something fun with some sort of giveaway and music.
Mm.
But yeah, I love that. What are you most excited for VCon?
Um, and it was like, I remember he had us fill out a form and I checked some boxes off. But I think I'm really excited for like learning more about what's going on with NFTs and music. Um, just talking about NFTs and I guess aside from that, networking,
Yeah. Who did
just
you
connecting with everybody. We're trying to connect with everybody the same way Gary's doing. I know he's gonna be going everywhere, just pinging around the place. You
exactly? Yeah, he's gonna be just on
know?
100% of the time.
Yeah.
Who'd you put down as like people that you hope would come speak? Was there any like who are those like top people that if they could get you'd be super excited about?
I most definitely want to see Illmind, the producer, at VCon. I tagged him when Gary asked that question. I was like, it would be awesome to see Illmind there because I feel like he's like a pioneer for a lot of things aside from the music space. Like even the music and NFT space, along with DJ Blau, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, like I would just, and I told Illmind too, like I'm excited to thank him in person too for, like just being able to help inspire the process, because I think it's important to learn from people who are like masters of the craft. And same thing with Gary. I feel like he's just a master at social engineering and marketing and just like ultimately like being himself, but like he's has a lot of wisdom. That's what I look forward to also. It's like just chopping it up with Gary, chopping it up with everybody, you know.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It's gonna be a fun conference for sure. For
Oh,
sure.
what about you? Like what's like the most exciting thing for you when you think about VCon?
Yeah, I mean, I think getting to like you said, like meet people and meet the community, right? Like it's part of the reason why I started doing this is so that like going into the conference, it's like I'm gonna be super excited to actually like meet you in person, and like we'll have like a little bit of context going into it, um, but I just like to your point, like I think he's done a really good job of getting a like a really interesting group of people around him, whether it's like musicians, athletes, business people, like there's some really interesting folks that are in Gary's kind of sphere. And I just think that's what's going to be happening with VCon, but plus like, just meeting everyone that's kind of a part of this, and like the fact that the whole VeeFriends focus is around like putting out positivity, right? Like all of the adjectives are they're it's trying to promote like good things, right? Conviction, all these just different things. And so I feel like that combination of like people that are just really interesting, top of their craft in different spheres, plus just the sentiment and community. Like that's what I'm looking forward to. Like Dean, you made that point, like that the Discord's like awesome because of the people in it. There's a ton of Discords out there that are just like, but I think VeeFriends, the VeeFriends Discord is on another level. So
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I've been in some really trash Discords, yo.
yeah,
Like, it's just, I don't know. Some people, once they get behind the screen, they're just different. They're either more prone to being disrespectful or just flat out weird. You know.
yeah.
Oh man, I like my brother. Like I wasn't even using Discord until I got into NFTs and VeeFriends. Like my little brother, he'd be using it, and then he would show me some of the people that, and I'm pretty sure they're like kids, but I mean, you still never know. It's like you just show me like people that would throw in like random links, and that's why I understand why it needs to be moderated and the bots, man. But yeah, respect to what's happening in the VeeFriends community. Like I think there's like almost 200,000 people in there now. It's insane.
Yeah, it's grown. Yeah, it's grown fast. So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I wonder if Discord can handle 1 million people. That would be like one day.
Yeah, I don't know. I
That'd
think
be crazy.
they have a cap at some point. Do you know what it is? I think there's some sort of cap on like how many they'll let into a server at one point, but I don't know what it is.
Oh
But
man.
can you
Well,
imagine that general channel is like so hard to keep up with, especially when like giveaways or like things like that are happening? It just moves so fast. It's so hard to follow
can't
sometimes.
even read it. I just go in the VCon section and just chill. I'm just like hop in and out and just observe everybody. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody's saying the same thing, you know.
Exactly. Oh
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
hype. It's hype. It's good vibes. It's
It
good
is.
vibes.
It is for sure. Well, Dean, I want to so a couple things. Is there anything like from the community? Obviously, you're producing music. Is there anything like asks that you have from other VeeFriends holders, whether it's, getting that mixtape together or whatever you need? I want to give you the floor to ask that, and then please let everyone know how they can connect with you, support what you're doing. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, V fam, let's get this mixtape together. And honestly, like it wasn't until we had this conversation, which is why I love this. Like it wasn't until we had this conversation that's like it occurred to me there are a lot of musicians, and I think being able to like bring all our minds together somehow, some way, because we got all this virtual stuff now. We could figure something out. So VeeFriends mixtape. Let's see, let's just like link up and connect with me on Twitter at diamstark, DIAMSTARK. My Instagram is officially DIAM. Oh wait, no. I just changed it. It's actually dstarks.eth on Instagram. And yeah, it's like think tank, So I linked up with the violinist. I'll call it for now. I'm sorry. And when she
We'll
sees this,
we'll tag her. We'll tag her. Yeah, we'll make
yeah,
sure we get the right name.
yeah, she's so dope. Yeah, so we're gonna link up and like just I'll share some samples or I'll listen to some work, like, and then we just we could connect this way as well. Probably get up on Zoom and just you know go from there. I think right now is a good time to like you said, like connect with people leading up to VCon. And so like when we link up in person, obviously, like you said, there's already context. Just like Gary said, we're all going to be giving each other hugs by the time we get to VCon. So that's something I really like. I really fuck with. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's the two socials for now, and that's what we're gonna go with.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. Thanks, Dean. Yeah, thanks for sitting down. It was a lot of fun.
No problem. Thank you, William. Thank you so much. This was great.
Who's pumped for VeeCon? Smash that like and subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you are a fellow VeeFriends holder, I'd love to have you on the show. Shoot me an email, VeeFriendsFam@gmail.com, and we'll get something on the calendar. I'm William Glass, your host and holder of an organized ostrich core. I'm wishing you nothing but the happiness, and I cannot wait to meet you in person at VeeCon.